Just get that right. Some of those challenges with these devices. Okay, so we'll look at DNB and NBE diplomas. We'll just go through what are DNB courses, where they are available in brief, and what are NBE diplomas and where they are available, about the exams, etc. in brief from a regulatory perspective. DNBs are 3-year courses offered by NBE, the National Board of Examinations, which also conducts the exam as we know. And NBE offers these in hospitals or PG teaching institutes. So basically these are offered in 3 years courses offered in hospitals across India. It can be a private hospital, it can be a government hospital too, which is offering DNB 3-year courses. They get approval from NBE, then offer these courses basis accreditation provided by NBE. Now this accreditation, this has been there for a long time. DNB courses have been there for a long time, and they are equivalent to MDMS in all respects except one. First thing, DNB and MDMS are the same as far as DMD and MDMS are the same as far as So DNB and MDMS courses are the same as far as practice is concerned. The day you complete your DNB and get your degree certificate, you will be able to register and you will be able to practice exactly like an MDMS candidate would do after completion of the degree and passing the examinations. The examinations of DNB will be conducted by NBE, whereas the examinations of MDMS will be conducted by the university that you are part of. So there is a distinction. You would usually hear that DNB passing rates are very low. Take a pause and look at actual information in the institutes that you are going to join. It might be true, might have been true a few years down the line, few years earlier. Like there were low pass percentages for DNB ortho in 1 year around 3 years back. I think it is 2018 or 19. That will be shared across all groups to ensure that candidates save their preferred seats. Candidates who are looking at DNB ortho may be sharing this, unfortunate, but they may be sharing it so that they get DNB ortho seats. Don't go by what happened 3 years earlier. NBE has been, there have been a lot of representations to NBE. The pass percentages of the recent years will give you a far better idea. Don't go by one particular statistic shared as information or misinformation to save preferred seats. So look at, basically NBE conducts the exam for DNB, and after the exam we said registration and practice, you will be able to do that exactly like an MDMS candidate. Where is the difference? The one difference that we said, if you are going for a teaching job in a medical college or a hospital, after MDMS, you will start as a senior resident. So once you complete your MDMS, you are going to a teaching job in a medical college, you have got it, or in a teaching institute, in a PG teaching institute. If there is an SR position available, you can directly join as an SR, and after 1 year, you will move on to be an assistant professor. In DNB, when you do a DNB in a 500 beds, in a hospital with 500 plus beds, it is exactly the same. You will do a 1 year SRship, you will directly be eligible for an SR post in a medical college, and then go on to become an assistant professor after 1 year of SRship. But if you are doing DNB in a hospital with less than 500 beds, in that case alone, for a teaching job alone, you will have to do a 1 year additional SRship, basically 1 year additional SRship, and then you get into an SR teaching job role, and then after 2 years you get into an assistant professor. This is relevant only if you are going into a teaching job, into a medical college or a teaching institute. Otherwise, MDMS and DNB from a regulatory perspective are equivalent in all respects. The rest all depends on the institute where you are studying, the infrastructure available in the institute, the academics available in the institute, the kind of cases that come to the institute, etc. All these are parameters with both MDMS and DNB institutes. If you are looking at MDMS institutes, DNB institutes, in both of them you have to evaluate. So it does not matter whether it is a DNB institute or an MDMS institute as far as the regulatory perspective is concerned, but evaluation as anyways should happen for both DNB and MDMS. Then we come to the NBE diploma courses. NBE diploma courses are 2-year courses. 2-year courses in the sense we have PG diplomas, we had PG diplomas earlier in medical colleges, which are 2-year courses. We usually hear DGOs, DCH, and DO, DA, ophthalmology, anesthesia, etc. All these are 2-year courses. They are after completing these courses, you would be looking at screen is visible, right? So after completing these courses, you would be looking at doing an MDMS, which is again 2 years. So basically, earlier there used to be PG diploma in medical colleges. After 2 years of PG diploma, you can practice first, register and practice. You do DGO, you register, you practice DGO until you can continue practice till the end when you want to retire. So that is always possible with a DGO. As far as DGO candidates are concerned, in case they want to do an MD or an MS, just a second, 1 second, just sort this out. I think the messages are popping out. So as far as MDMS is concerned, we will be looking at, as far as MDMS is concerned, after a DGO, you will be able to move on to an MDMS and do a 2-year MDMS. You did 2 years DGO, then you do a 2-year MDMS and then complete your course as far as MDMS is concerned. So this is what you need to know as far as PG diplomas in government medical colleges are concerned. Now the same way, similar to PG diplomas, because many PG diplomas got converted into MDMS, what happened is NBE started offering diplomas themselves. They started this from the year 2020 and we have 2 years 2021 and we have 2 years, 2021 batch and 2022 batch, which have taken where they have taken candidates in hospitals, and these courses are again 2-year diplomas which are offered by NBE, and after completion of these courses you may be able to do an MDMS or a secondary DNB, which is a DNB which will be for 2 years, and you complete your DNB course or an MDMS course. We expect that after completion of an NBE diploma you would be able to do an MDMS. There is no specific notification on this and therefore we are just a little confused on this part, but as far as the information available with us goes and the initial communication that was shared by NBE, these are equivalent to PG diplomas. It has also been mentioned in the regulations too. So we expect that all NBE diploma candidates will be able to do an MDMS course, which is 2 years. We need to get confirmation from the next batch onwards, which will pass out. Now this is as far as NBE diplomas and DNB are concerned. We will look at what information is available as far as the number of seats go. There are around 2,810 private DNB post MBBS seats and 802 government DNB post MBBS seats. Government has started pushing DNB post MBBS. Many governments have started pushing DNB post MBBS over the last few years. So in total, there are around 3,600 seats available in DNB post MBBS. And now, if you look at NBE diploma, you have 1,175 NBE diplomas and in government and 815 in private. You see that there are a lot of NBE diplomas in government institutes. Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka have got so many seats in NBE diplomas, and so many other states too. They have started looking at NBE diplomas as a 2-year course that they can offer when they don't have enough faculty or other requirements for MDMS courses. So they started doing that. So there are quite a few NBE diplomas. So in total, you see that around 3,600 DNB post MBBS seats and around 1,990 NBE diploma seats are available. There is no reservation in private institutes and there is no bond in any DNB private institute. First thing to remember, you are looking at a private institute, no reservation, no bond, you come out after 3 years. Second, the same is for NBE diploma as well in private institutes. Second, in state government institutes, there might be a bond or there might be in the government institutes, there might be a bond or there might be a reservation available. So in all the state government hospital seats, 50% of state government hospital seats are under All India Counselling, which we'll see at a later point in time. There is a reservation, a central reservation, and there is a bond in some of the states, not all states. Some of the states have a bond, we will also look at it. So in private hospitals, what did we say? 100% of private hospital seats, where you don't need to go to any other counselling if you are looking at a private hospital seat and you are a non-service, you do not belong to in-service. Every private hospital seat which is on an All India basis are available under All India Counselling. You just need to register under MCC, under All India Counselling for all seats, no reservation, and they are available under All India Counselling. This is both DNB and NBE diplomas. Then you have state government hospitals. In the state government hospitals, 50% of seats go into the state in-service candidate kitty. Basically, these seats are available for state in-service candidates and state will allot them for in-service candidates through a combined or a separate counselling. As far as the rest 50% of government hospitals go, that itself is the number that we saw. What did we see? NBE diploma in government 1175 is 50% of those seats. All those seats come under the central counselling under All India. There is reservation here and there might be a bond in some institutes. In certain Indian Railways, PSUs or corporations like ESIC, 50% comes under All India Counselling. So you will be able to avail all those seats, but with a reservation policy, and the rest 50%, like we said, like states, it goes into their for their employees of IRHS or ESI have separate counselings for that. You can see the list of seats over here, a sample list of seats is provided over here. Now, so this is completely the list of seats that are available. We will quickly go through what are the seats. Under All India Counselling, you will see all DNB seats across India. You will see 50% of government hospitals or government medical college or PSUs or ESI seats. And these are available for all qualified candidates across India. Only the government of those shaded in maroon, only those which are government hospital seats have a reservation. Now we will directly go into what we were planning to discuss. We were planning to discuss on the different scenarios that exist today. As far as DNB post MBBS is concerned, what are the based on the ranks, what are the scenarios that exist and how to look at information in ZyNerd for these scenarios, we will have a look at. So here you look at the complete closing ranks for DNB quota. Once you get here, you will have the first confusion where it says All India Counselling and DNB sponsored PG Medical. We have again and again stressed that all these seats come under All India Counselling. DNB sponsored is a completely different set of seats which are for government or PSU in-service candidates. If you don't belong to this, you are not eligible for it. It is conducted by NBE we have a separate video on it, you can just check that. You can go into All India Counselling to start with now, and we will start, let us say, with 2022 alone, so that it is very clear. We can go back to 2021 at a later point in time if required. Now this is the complete list of seats. First, to take up DNB under ZyNerd, you have DNB post MBBS and NBE diplomas. Both the quotas are available. Start with DNB post MBBS, which are the degree seats. NBE diploma are the 2-year diploma seats. So we will start with DNB post MBBS. Let us say we will take the first scenario of a candidate who is around rank 5000. So for this candidate, we are going to look at DNB post MBBS options. The candidate would have gone through all the other options. Let us say the candidate is rank 5000. The candidate would have gone through all other options of MD General Medicine, MD Pediatrics, MD Radio Diagnosis, tuberculosis and respiratory diseases, etc. Now the candidate is looking at DNB options. The first part is to look at the entire set of seats that possibly closed about 4000 and possibly till 10,000. We will take a very broad range so that it is very clear. Why are we taking 4000 here? Because we don't want to miss out a seat which was available at 4000 and possibly come to 5000. What are the chances? Less chances, we know that. But still, we are just taking a 20% deviation so that we don't miss out evaluating a seat. So we have set 4000 to 10,000. Even if there is one seat which was allotted somewhere in any of these rounds between 4000 to 10,000, it will pick up those seats. I am going to 2022 round 1 and round 2 is what I am filtering for to start with. This is a suggestion that we have at the end of after looking at round 1, round 2 and other rounds. You will get to know why this suggestion. Start with round 1, round 2 because it is in round 2 that you have to take a decision wherein you have to decide on whether you are going to All India mop-up or you are going to settle down with a seat in All India round 2. So see, we start here and we see the entire set of seats that were allotted between 4000 and 10,000 in DNB post MBBS last year. This will give you an idea of what is available. You see here the fee structure. First thing that we are seeing is this fee structure. It is the same across. We did not do that we did not mention that earlier so that it is absolutely visible every DNB seat across India. There is no management quota concept. Even if it is a private hospital, government hospital, every DNB seat is at 1.25 lakhs, which is per annum, which is one of the reasons why it is preferred. Now this will change to 1.475 lakhs, which we will be modifying. From last year, this has been modified to 1.475 lakhs. This was earlier 1.475 lakhs, which has been now modified to 1.25 lakhs from the last year after a court case. So there is no longer a GST applicable and the seats are available at 1.25 lakhs as mentioned over here. Now you look at ranks from 4000 to 10,000. You have seen this. Now first thing I am looking at is my first preference. Let us say my first preference across is general medicine as a subject. I am taking DNB general medicine. You will see that these seats were available in DNB general medicine in round 1 and round 2. Round 1 you will see where they closed, round 2 you will see where they closed. This will give you an idea. For instance, if I take this particular seat, Kerala Little Flower Hospital, Angamali, this says that in round 1, 3,856 was the closing rank. I click on this, it will say 3,000, it will give me all the candidates who took up seats. You will see that even though DNB general medicine might have been available at this rank, in certain rounds, candidates would have, MD general medicine was available, candidates would have gone for DNB general medicine. Similarly, in round 2, there was a shift and you see the shift over here. Rank 3856 continued, but the rest of them moved to different institutes possibly, and therefore, the other candidates above 3856 had a chance in round 2. This will give you an entire idea of all the DNB general medicine seats. Here, you have to select a category. In case you belong to a particular category, you can select general. As you can see earlier, it was 285 seats which are other categories. If you belong to general, select general. If you belong to OBC, select OBC and general. What is the difference? You will add on OBC government hospital seats. Only in government hospitals there is reservation. So you will see that once you say OBC, you will see all government hospital OBC general medicine seats available over here. So we select Gen now for better reference, and it also gives you a sorted order. Basically, once you select round 2, it gives you a pretty much sorted order, wherein you will be able to see which ones are preferred by other candidates earlier. So this is for general medicine. The candidate understands that there will be pretty much good choices in general medicine. Candidate moves out to radio diagnosis. Now DNB radio diagnosis, let us say the first preference was DNB radio diagnosis. At this rank range, many candidates might not get MD radio diagnosis, which they know of. So they look at DNB radio diagnosis, look at the information that is available, and it will clearly tell you that all seats closed at 4,151. There were only 32 seats under general category. They closed at 4,151, and then in round 2 there was a shift which resulted in seats moving a little higher. So this gives you information on round 1 and round 2, and you would know that 5,000 may give me these seats, Rinchi Hospital or similar seats. It may not necessarily be the same seats, similar seats next year too. Maybe somewhere around this rank range you will have a complete idea. Now I move on to round 3. I know these are what I might be expecting in round 1 and round 2. Yes, there is a confusion because there are only 5-6 seats around 5,000, might or might not get. Competition may increase. Some may prefer radiology this year, may not prefer. We don't know. So I am going into round 3 to see what were the options available. First thing I see is there were 44 seats in round 3 under general category, and 44 different seats in round 3 under general category, and many of them had actually gone beyond 5,000. And should I take a call to go to round 3 is something that you will have to decide on. You will see that very good seats were even not taken, but among the entire set of 230 odd seats, 44 only came up. And if you filter out, you will also see how many were at earlier rank ranges. You will see that below 4,000, possibly only 10 seats came up. So if you are ranked below 4,000, might be a little bit of risk. But if you are ranked, let us say above 4,000, maybe the risk comes down a bit, and so there is a decision that can be made. Every year there is higher competition in NAPOP because of awareness, but that is something that you can do. This you can do for any seat that you wish to intend to take. Let us say you are not getting DNB radio diagnosis, you are looking at NBE radio diagnosis. You can even look at NBE radio diagnosis seats. In private, we don't have actually NBE radio diagnosis seat anywhere. Sorry, one second. Sorry, in government hospitals, we don't have NBE radio diagnosis seats. In private institutes, you will see that you have NBE radio diagnosis seats. There will be very few NBE radio diagnosis seats in government institutes, probably only in 2 or 3 institutes. You can check that as well. Moving forward from here, we will look at a scenario where for a candidate who is around 14,000 or 15,000, this is the second scenario that we are taking up. For the first candidate, the candidate is very clear, DNB radio diagnosis, general medicine, and similar options only. Whether NB radio diagnosis is a choice or not, the candidate will be able to filter. The second one is a 16,000 candidate who is looking at seats possibly in clinicals, good seats in DNB. So in that case, what do? I probably start at 14,000, which is a broad range of 20% or 13,500. Knowing that 13,500 may not come down or 14,000 may not come down, and move on till, let us say, 25,000, whatever went above 25,000. I can select DNB post MBBS again. My category is general category, and then I look at round 1 and round 2 again. This will give you an idea of what seats were available above 14,000 in round 1 and round 2 of last year. You will have a complete list. You will see that in round 2 there have been shifts in this rank range. This is a very visible thing. Most of the seats you will see a shift of 2,000 ranks, 2,500 ranks, which is visible compared to round 1. This is something that you will have to note down for your list of preferred seats. Was there a shift last year? So in this rank range, is there a shift? Should I wait for All India round 2, or beyond that should I move it? You see very clearly that what seats were available. You won't see any general medicine seat, but you will see very rarely you will see a general medicine's reservations seat under a category. But you will see general surgery, ophthalmology, orthopedics, OBG, and a lot of seats available above 14,000. Our interest is primarily 16,000. We know that 16,000 is a cutoff, but we were looking at 14,000. Here you can still see general medicine, ophthalmology having gone above 16,000 rank under general category, even in some of the decent institutes in round 2. So this will give you an idea of what was available in round 2. If I want to filter out saying I am still willing to take general medicine, you don't have any seat. I am still willing to take radio diagnosis, no seat. And then I am still willing to take general surgery. Oh, that is my next option. I would like to move to general surgery next. Then you will see options available above 15,000. If you 14,000, if you still wish to make it, I want to be extra sure that all of the options above 16,000 which are absolutely available should be listed down. You can list it down like this, and you can see that till around 22,000 in round 2 you had seats available. Now we come to round 3. In this scenario, I am adding on round 3 as well. Last time we removed round 1 and round 2. I am adding on round 3 as well to give you some idea of understanding what has happened last year. Here you see that round 3 there are a lot of places where there are dashes, right? A hyphen is there. That means these, let us take the example of Muthoot here. In Muthoot Hospital in DNB General Surgery, first round a candidate was allotted. The same candidate continued in second round and did not resign the seat. The candidate was very clear and continued with the seat. Basically, after round 2, continued with the seat, and therefore, since the candidate retained the round 1 seat, the candidate is not eligible for mop-up and the seat will not be available in mop-up. Therefore, there is a dash, which means the seat ended in round 2, did not come to mop-up. Same with Daya Hospital, Thrissur General Surgery. You see that 2 candidates ranked 16,275 and 16,429 took those seats. They joined the seats, and therefore these seats were not available in mop-up. So these give a set of seats which were not available in mop-up. Now we move on to what was available in mop-up. You can see that many seats that closed at 11,000, 13,000 were available at 16,000 in mop-up. And you can also see the numbers. You can even, if you even list down, you will see that those seats are in pretty good numbers, like at least 60 records are there, which means within each record there will be 2-3 seats, and there might have been a whole bunch of seats which were available in mop-up, at least around 100 seats which were available in mop-up above 16,000 rank allotment. If you had taken a seat in round 2, you might not have joined a seat in round 2, you might not have been eligible for this set of seats. But whether I want to go for mop-up also depends on what set of seats I am interested in and what I got in round 1 and round 2. It is a risk, but a calculated risk can be taken either on last year's data or based on what you have now and this year's factors as we move ahead, which can only happen in All India round 2. But there is no answer to whether I should go from round 2 to mop-up or should I stay with round 2. All depends on your factors at the time of All India round 2. Don't get confused now at all. What you need to know is these were available in round 3. So there might be a chance this year if it happens exactly the same, if every trend is exactly the same and not many additional risk factors are involved. This we took for a candidate who is interested in general surgery at rank 16,000. Let us say if the candidate is only interested in Delhi, I am at they are same 16,000, I am interested only in Delhi in an institute. I will be able to filter out on Delhi over here and see what all was available in round 1, round 2 in Delhi, or let us say whatever your state is, you can filter out on your state and select what all were available in your state. In round 1, round 2 and also in round 3 in case you wish to add on round 3, everything is possible with the system and you will be able to take decisions. We move on to the third one, which is a tricky scenario, which is this DNB post MBBS interested candidate at rank 25,000. Let us say I am looking at a broad range of 22,000 to 32,000 over here. Now here you see that there are a list of 8 records only visible as far as DNB post MBBS is concerned. What does this mean? Only 8 seats were available above 22,000 in general category in 2022 in Kerala. Now, but there was a Kerala filter. There were 366 records available, and if you look at course type as clinical, you will see that almost all seats were clinical. And if you are looking at a course, let us say of general medicine, you will see that there are no seats available. Radio diagnosis, no seats available, which we already saw. And let us say even general surgery, what seats were available? And there was only one seat which was available, about 22,000, which was taken at this time. So slightly lesser chances. First thing I know is general surgery may not be possible till round 3. So I am looking for some other course. I filter out general surgery, and let us say I am looking at other courses. I may be looking at ENT. Very minimal seats are there in ENT. So 16 seats were available, about 22,000, and you can have the list of seats also mentioned over here. Similar, you can take any similar course which might be available in this rank range, and you see that 166 anesthesia seats were available. So this provides you an opportunity. 166 records are available in anesthesia, so this provides an opportunity for you in anesthesia. Let us say I want psychiatry. I don't think there are more than 3 or 4 psychiatry seats in total. So you can look at what psychiatry seats were available. So at this rank range, for each course you will be able to filter out what seats were available and whether they were available about 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, and in what round they were available, which will give you information on which is the list of seats that I am eligible for. So a structured approach is required. We have looked at the data for 22,000 to 32,000. This will give you an idea, and a structured approach is required. What is my structured approach? That we will discuss over the next 5 minutes before we close this discussion. What is a structured approach? This gives you information. A structured approach is to very clearly start with what you want and based on the rank that you have. My rank is, let us say, 12,000. I will take the example of 12,000 here. My rank is 12,000. I start by looking at anything probably which closed above 8,000. That is my first filter that I will do. Even if I want to extend it to whatever number, that is fine, but I will start with anything that goes above 8,000. Second choice, DNB post MBBS or NBE diploma. Am I okay with NBE diploma? Let us say I am not okay with NBE diploma. I will just select DNB post MBBS as a quota. Third one, is there a state preference clearly? Yes, I have a state preference. I click on a state. No, I don't have a state preference. I want to look at all seats. I leave that out blank. So last one, course preference. Am I looking at a particular course preference? Let us say I am looking at a course preference of general medicine. I will select general medicine and which category I belong to. In case you belong to any category other than general, also add general. I belong to OBC. I will also add general as a category. And if I belong to general, I will select only general. Now this entire thing is done, right? This gives you a list of choices that were available last year. Straightforward, you have every choice that was available last year in DNB general medicine. First step is to filter out the choices. Bhagavan Mahavir Jain, Bangalore. Will I be interested in it? Let us say I am interested in it. I will move ahead. How will you know the interest? That is the next question. It has to be evaluated. There is no other go. You have the beds over here for an evaluation and minimal information over here for evaluation in terms of stipend, bond, etc. That will give you a first level of evaluation which is based on the factors available here. In case it is not, you are not interested because the stipend is less, straight away ignore it. But if you are interested but we want to pursue further, there is only one option: connect with the candidate over there. Definitely there will be a candidate over there. Connect with them and try to get information. This you can go ahead and do it for as many institutes as you wish to check. You can form a group amongst yourselves. Together you can probably check each and every institute, a close group which you trust, where you trust each other in, and split out all these 149 institutes and check and provide information on what was available in DNB general medicine. After filtering out your choices, list down your choices finally after evaluating those institutes. That will be your final set of institutes that you are going to fill in DNB general medicine in All India Council. This shows 149 institutes, but you will see that straight away you will have additional filters of location and certain other preferences which will help you drill down further. If in case you have large number of institutes, try to connect with residents or form a group which is a 𝗹𝗶𝗃 method, where you will be able to split up the entire calling up precedence part. Now once you do that, you have this complete list, and your decision is to see whether you will have to go from round 2 to round 3, or you have to go to alternates. To general medicine, I know that only these institutes are available. Should I look at an alternate? Let us say we have an alternate of the candidate has an alternate of orthopedics. Usually it doesn't happen. We take an alternate and then look at alternate options and evaluate those institutes across. Now this is the best option you have as far as looking at information is concerned, and further evaluation will clearly tell you what information you need on ACATS in terms of chances, in terms of caseload, in terms of work environment, and in terms of how the training towards the exams is in that institute, and how many passed, etc., in case that is a concern and you would like support in terms of learning throughout the 3 years that you are there at the institute. Now this is how you look at it. You can have all the other filters. 500 beds should not be a concern ideally, but if you wish to look at institutes over 500 beds, you can filter it out. But note that some institutes do not have the information. Some institutes have shared information, but they might be old. Basically they share information with NBE, and we have that from the accreditation portal of NBE, but there might be some confusion in that, because the institute themselves don't update either in their website or with NBE. Till they update with NBE, it will be considered as a 500 minus institute. So just check on that part as well. If you search on accreditation portal NBE, you will have this accredited seats link. You can go there and you can check for every, if you don't have ZyNerd, you can also check for every option of seats available across all states. Let us say I take all the states and select all accredited hospitals and put in all diploma specialties. It will give me all NBE diplomas and the numbers that are available as far as NBE diploma goes. Don't go by these numbers, because these include government hospital seats as well. Only 50% of government hospital seats will come under All India counseling. So don't compare the numbers that we shared, like 1999. Those are actual seat numbers last year. So this would have given you a fair idea of how to look at DNB post MBBS seats and NBE diploma seats in All India counseling. Before we finish, we will just give you some information that might help you. We are not having any filter. We are just taking NBE diploma and we are just taking general category for general category. It's a crucial thing, because you need to understand what seats are available. And we selected clinical. You go into the last page, you will see that even in round 2, if you are interested in taking in peripheral institutes or less preferred states, till 57,000 rank seats were available in round 2. But you will also see that 3 of those did not join, and therefore they came to mop up. If you remove the filters, you will also see that among the last seats, many of them were not seats which candidates finally ended up joining. Very few like these, you see that candidates joined the seats and continued with the seats. But otherwise, many seats candidate did not join. And if there were 5 seats in round 3, 3 were available in round 2, 3 were available in round 3, which means in mop-up, 3 seats were vacant because 2 only joined and 3 of them did not join. So if you see the same numbers usually, it means none of them joined. So seats coming into mop-up as far as NBE diplomas also happen, and you see that beyond stray 2 there have been allotments. Don't go with stray and other data, because those are luck based and many candidates did not attend stray this year. Next year it may be completely different, stray or special stray this year. They had an option to remove choices in stray this year, and in special stray there was a notification mentioning that in case you don't join the seat, you will not be eligible, allotted seat, you will not be eligible for NEET PG 2023. Therefore, many candidates opted out. This year it may not be similar, so just go by round 3 and take a call. This is just to show you that many seats are available. So in case among these many seats you are able to evaluate and get a very good seat which is available, and know that this is a very good seat. Somebody might just get allotted, not even go to the institute and not join in round 2, giving you an opportunity to get that seat in mop-up or round 3. Look at the data, that will be really helpful for you on this. We just wanted to also give you some information on where a few of the courses closed, so that it is clear. Like this is the rank range where anesthesia usually closes in round 2 and then in mop-up, and this is the rank range where general surgery closes. Around 22,000 is what we saw, I think. Yeah, so around that rank range. And you are looking at other seats like obstetrics and gynecology. This is where it closes. It is a pretty tough one. You know that because many candidates opt for it out of interest, and so around 13,000 or 14,000 in round 2 and possibly a little later in round 3 or round 4. So that is pretty much from us. So keep looking at our channels for updates. We will be doing a session on NRI tomorrow, and we might possibly be doing a session on Maharashtra on Friday. We will confirm that. That will be in detail on what to look at for Maharashtra and the entire flow for Maharashtra in terms of looking at different categories and rank ranges, the state merit list versus rank versus all India rank, etc. Be ready for that in case you wish to continue. In case you are from Maharashtra and you are interested in the state quota, please check on that. After 2 years of PG diploma, again NEET PG or next should be written. Very good question. I think we missed that. After 2 years of PG diploma, NEET PG has to be written, or next in the future will have to be written for doing an MDMS. You finish a 2-year diploma. After that, you do a 2 years MDMS course, right? We said it is 2 years and not 3 years. For that, you have to write NEET PG. So anybody who had already completed a PG diploma would write NEET PG and do a 2-year MDMS course. This is through NEET PG. But if you are looking at a secondary DNB, there are secondary DNB options available, which is 2 years PG diploma or NBE diploma, and then you move on to do another 2 years DNB in hospitals. For that, you would have done 2 years in, let us say, orthopedics, and after completing your orthopedics, you write PD set, which is actually open now, a post diploma set, and appear for orthopedics exam, and among those who have done diploma in orthopedics, you will get a rank, and based on that rank, you do a secondary DNB. This is a little easier to do compared to easier in terms of competition compared to doing a MDMS, for which everyone will compete with you. So many candidates go through the PD set route where they do a postgraduate diploma in medical college in a course like orthopedics, let's say, or an NBE diploma which the candidates are yet to come out, and then do PD set and then do a secondary DNB which is just 2 years, after which you will get a DNB degree. Now the thing is, 2 years down the line how it will be, we don't know, because you will have a whole set of NBE diploma candidates coming out as well. The competition we don't know, but options exist. What are the cons of diploma in any clinical field? We are not experts in that, really sorry. We are not experts in the field or the subject. We are more into counseling related analysis. So we'll look at that information. You possibly will have to connect with your faculty or residents for that information. All the data are reliable, like number of beds and bond. See, one thing that we would like to tell you here, number of beds, we take it from 2 sources. One, NBE accreditation portal has the number of beds for each institute. We also validate it with the institute. For the 1500 institutes, we have validated the entire number of beds, and we will also be doing it again this year. Whether it is exactly valid or not, one, let us say 70% of information comes from NBE, and that information was provided by the institute in itself, where they have given the actual number of beds which are in operation at that point in time. That is a direct pickup from NBE after a validation with each institute in the institute portal or through candidates. We try our level best to get this entire data right. As far as the range goes, you will not have a factor. Let us say you have a 900 bed institute, and actually it ends up having 940 beds. this may not make a difference in your evaluation, because the institute would have mentioned 900 beds in their portal. They still, if you still call them up, they will say 900 beds, but actually the institute might have 940 beds. This is not a huge difference for you to evaluate, but definitely in our portal at least we can say there will not be huge deviations of an institute being mentioned as a 900 bedded hospital and it ends up being a 100 bedded hospital. That will not happen. Being a 700 bedded hospital very rarely happens. So you can go with the data. And like bond is a very tricky thing. We have put in so much effort for the NBE diploma bond. That is what we have. I mean, last year this was a big challenge. You can see it in all the clone portals. For the clone portals to get information, it takes 5 minutes. For us to look at this entire information of bond and get this, it took at least 1 month man hours, because we have to connect with the institute, look at GOs. Karnataka will have a GO, but the candidate there would say that I did not submit a bond. Then you go back and figure out they might have submitted a bond. Similarly, Uttar Pradesh, when candidates went in for the first year, Uttar Pradesh, the candidates were told that the government has not decided on a bond. West Bengal, one institute will say you signed the MDMS bond. For the last 2 years, we have been struggling. But last year, I think after a lot of struggles, after a lot of effort, we have got the bonds right at least. Whenever there is misinformation saying that Madhya Pradesh has private institutes have bond because of a notification, we correct that. Similarly, when somebody says that Uttar Pradesh candidates were asked to sign a bond, we also correct that, saying no, in the same institute, MDMS candidates were there and NBE diploma candidates were there. MDMS candidates signed a bond, NBE diploma candidates did not sign a bond. Possibly the first year signed an affidavit saying that if there is a bond applicable, that will be applicable for them. So all these information we have tried to gather to the level best. We will also be re-looking at that information and gathering it for you. But I can assure you one thing, the efforts that we put in to ensure that the right data is there for you, I am not sure if anybody else is putting in, because we have an entire team for this information of fees, stipend and bond to be collated. The rest just copy it from us, which is a simple thing to do, because that will be validated information from ZyNerd. So we try our level best. There are certain areas like Gujarat, NBE bonds, NBE stipends, which are very challenging, because Gujarat has a 63,000, 83,000 stipends. Some offer 63k for diplomas, some offer 83k for diplomas. They themselves are confused within institutes on what to offer based on GOs. So such scenarios, we try our level best to connect with candidates and say, this is what is available now, and after a presentation something may change, and all these we bring about. We know the factors of the anomalies as well, or the deviations as well. Southern Railway, Chennai, where there is an issue as far as 35,000 bond versus central scale bond is going on. So all these issues come up. How do these come up? When we actually add on the bond every year, candidates come up with additional information. In our group is a strong group where candidates share data. They come up with information to us, and in case a bond is right and the candidate has actually searched and checked it, by this year we would have got all that negative information, and that would have been updated in ZyNerd already. As far as Gujarat is concerned, we are working on that. Rest of it, it is almost the same. MCC's participating institute information will also carry the stipend and bond information, which will further update after multiple validations on GOs, participating institute information, candidate information, past experience based on discussions. We will do that. So this is a structured process, so you don't need to worry about the validity of data as such, but yes, definitely ask questions so that everything is perfect in the system. You can also help us make it perfect. And I'll just look at what other queries are there. Structured process. DNB seat. Okay, so if I get a DNB seat in second round, can I wait for MDMS in state counseling? If you join the seat, you will not be able to wait. You are allotted a seat, and then you think that state round 2 may throw out another other options, then you may be able to join state round 2. That is a rule. But we always suggest that for round 2, fill in choices that you are willing to take. If you are willing to join a seat, fill in those choices very clearly. Only if you are willing to join. Don't otherwise don't fill the seat. But after filling in, there is additional information. Somebody has left a state round 1 seat and has come to state R2. You get an additional option. Then possibly you may have to take a decision because somebody else made a wrong choice, and you cannot be blamed for that. So at that point in time, you might be forced to take a decision for and more because somebody else took away a better seat from you. So in that case, you will be able to go provided you did not join your All India round 2 seat. And medicine at 8K general category, we saw that. I think medicine was available at 8K general category. The seats may be a little different. And most of the other was NBE Diploma Radio or 80K. Just go to ZyNerd and check on the NBE Diploma Radio part. Just filter on NBE Diploma Radio like we said, and you will see where it closed. Validity of last. If you take ZyNerd, the validity will be till the end of the admission process. As of now, August 31st is what will appear in your package, but there is a term and under the terms and conditions and under the packages too, we have very clearly mentioned we'll extend it till the end of the admission session. Taking today is the same as taking in the month of June or whenever the counseling starts. Your information, your package will be available with you. Access will be available till the end of the counseling process. We extended even till January 2023 when the last year's counseling was extended for everyone, in fact. I don't think everything else. MD radio at 2.4K. Just check EWS category. There is a small thing. What seats come under EWS matter this year. So that depends on. And all the queries regarding possibilities, I am not sure why it is so. If you have any issues with respect to looking at data in ZyNerd, we have an option of a support. You can call us. There is also a demo video available. We'll help you out on how to look at data. Within 3 to 4 days, like we say, you will be able to go into the system and explore all information available in the system. It is just a simple tool, but a very tool built with a lot of intelligence added to it, so that you get data instantly and in the format that you need for decisions. And it's just at 2700, so you can take a call instead of looking at 5, and it saves you a lot of time basically, and a lot of information is also available. So that is pretty much, I think we'll stop it here. In case there are any queries, if you are a ZyNerd subscriber, you can there is a help email or a phone number. You can contact us in those emails. We'll be making it exclusive for ZyNerd subscribers by the end of this month. The calls will be limited and for email support will be limited to ZyNerd subscribers. So if you are a ZyNerd subscriber, you can avail those as well. Thanks a lot for watching. If you still have queries, you are confused, we are always there for you. Connect with us. Thank you.